Did you know that the right set of accessories can actually make your iPad Air M4 more powerful than most mid-range laptops? Or is your tablet still just a glorified Netflix machine? All the links are in the description. Today, we're diving deep into the top 13 accessories that will transform your M4 experience from basic to beast mode. We're covering everything from precision styluses and rugged charging bricks to the most versatile cases on the market, comparing them head-to-head so you don't waste a dime. Whether you're a student pulling all-night study sessions, a digital artist looking for the perfect tilt, or a road tripper needing the ultimate backseat setup, I've got you covered. I want to hear from you throughout this. Which of these looks like a total game changer for your workflow? Let me know in the comments. We've got a lot to get through, so let's jump right into the countdown and see which of these products deserves a spot in your tech bag. All the links are in the description. 13. Metapen A8 iPad Pencil. Starting us off is the Metapen A8 iPad Pencil. And if you've been eyeing the Apple Pencil but your wallet is screaming no, this might be your new best friend. This high-performance, budget-friendly stylus is a fantastic alternative for iPad models from 2018 all the way to the 2025/2026 M4 series, designed specifically for those who need precision without the premium tax. It features an upgraded smart chip for 0.1mm pixel accuracy and tilt sensitivity, which is a huge deal because it allows you to vary your line thickness just by changing your angle. Perfect for shading or highlighting notes. One of the coolest things is the 4-minute fast charge that gives you 2 hours of use. Compare that to the Logitech Crayon, which feels a bit more like a toy with its bulky rectangular shape, whereas the Metapen A8 feels like a professional classic pencil. While it doesn't have the pressure sensitivity of the Apple Pencil 2nd Gen, it actually beats out the Apple Pencil. USB-C in terms of charging convenience and has stronger magnets to stick to the side of your iPad Air. It's incredibly user-friendly since there's no Bluetooth pairing required, just a double tap and you're writing. I think this is a total steal for students and office pros who do more note-taking than high-end digital painting. What do you think? Would you trade pressure sensitivity for a way lower price tag? Let me know. 12. SPARIN Detachable Magnetic Case. Next up at number 12 is the SPARIN Detachable Magnetic Case, and this thing is a literal transformer for your 11-inch iPad Air. The standout feature here is the detachable magnetic cover, which lets you pop the front flap off entirely when you're gaming or reading, leaving just a slim, clear back shell to protect your device. This is a massive advantage over standard trifold cases that force you to keep the flap hanging off the side. It also supports both portrait and landscape orientations, which is a lifesaver for scrolling through TikTok or reading long PDFs vertically. When you compare it to something like the high-end Zugu case, the SPARIN is way more affordable and offers that detachability factor that the Zugu lacks, even if the Zugu feels a bit more industrial. It even has a dedicated slot for your Apple Pencil Pro that supports magnetic charging right through the case. The clear polycarbonate back is great for showing off your iPad's color, though it does pick up fingerprints, so keep a cloth handy. This is the perfect middle ground for someone who wants the flexibility of a modular design without spending a fortune. Are you a portrait mode reader or a landscape mode watcher? Tell me in the comments. 11. Sunveza 118-watt USB-C fast charger. At number 11, we have the Sunveza 118-watt USB-C fast charger. And let me tell you, this thing is a powerhouse that puts the standard Apple bricks to shame. It's designed to handle everything from your iPad Air M4 to a 16-inch MacBook Pro, boasting a 96% energy conversion rate that can top off a massive laptop in about 85 minutes. The big win here compared to the official Apple 140-watt charger is that Sunveza actually includes a high-quality 6.6-foot charging cable in the box, whereas Apple makes you buy that separately. It uses PD 3.0 technology to intelligently scale its power down so it won't fry your smaller devices like a Samsung Galaxy or your iPad. It's built like a tank, with heat-resistant housing and a foldable plug that makes it a dream for travel. The only real con compared to some modern GAN chargers is that it only has one port, so you can't charge your phone and iPad at the same time. However, for a one-and-done solution that covers all your high-power tech, the value here is unbeatable. Do you prefer having one giant charger for everything, or do you carry multiple small ones? I'm curious to see your setup. 10. eSamcore tablet holder for car. Coming in at number 10 is the eSamcore tablet cup holder mount, and if you spend a lot of time in your car, this is going to be your favorite upgrade. Unlike those flimsy gooseneck mounts that shake every time you hit a pebble, the eSamcore uses a 15-inch rigid, reinforced aluminum arm that stays rock solid. It's got an extra deep clamp, nearly 1.6 inches, which means you don't have to take off your thick OtterBox or rugged case just to mount your iPad. Comparing this to the Macally cup holder mount, the eSamcore is miles ahead in stability and height, allowing you to position your iPad Air M4 perfectly for GPS or as a mobile workstation while you're parked. It fits almost any cup holder with a simple twist-to-lock base, making it super easy to move between vehicles. The trade-off, of course, is that you lose a cup holder, and in smaller cars, it might block a few dash buttons. But for professional drivers or digital nomads working from the front seat, this is a military-grade solution that won't let you.
Would you down?
Would you sacrifice a cup holder for a 15-inch iPad display in your dash? Let me know below. 9. Lamicall car headrest tablet holder. Moving to the back seat at number 9, we have the Lamicall car headrest tablet holder. And parents, this one is for you. This isn't just a basic clip. It features a 3-in-1 extension arm that lets you pull the iPad closer to the passenger or even center it between the two front seats so both kids can watch the same movie. That centering feature is a huge advantage over the Macally HRMOUNTPRO, which usually stays fixed behind one seat. It's built with metal rods to prevent that annoying sagging or vibration on bumpy roads, and it fits any device from a small smartphone up to an 11-inch iPad Air or Pro. Installation is tool-free and takes about 10 seconds, which is perfect when you're trying to get a road trip started. Keep in mind it won't fit cars with molded headrests like Teslas or Volvos, and it's a bit small for the 13-inch iPad Pro. But for the 11-inch M4 Air, it's a sturdy, eye-level savior that prevents neck strain and, are we there yet, complaints. What's your go-to movie for a long car ride? Drop your recommendations in the comments. 8. DANCESOUL keyboard case. At number 8, we have the DANCESOUL keyboard case for the iPad Pro and Air 11-inch. And this is for the people who want a laptop experience without the $300 Magic Keyboard price tag. This 3-in-1 setup includes a magnetic detachable keyboard with a massive trackpad that supports all your favorite iPad OS gestures. What makes this better than the official Apple Folio is the 360-degree TPU bumper. While Apple leaves the sides of your iPad exposed, DANCESOUL wraps it in protection. It also features a 160-degree adjustable kickstand, giving you way more viewing angles than the rigid cantilever of the Magic Keyboard, perfect for sketching. When compared to the Logitech Combo Touch, it offers a similar detachable vibe, but at a much lower price, though you do have to charge it via USB-C since it uses Bluetooth. The keys are backlit with 7 different colors, and they feel tactile and responsive. It adds a bit of bulk, but for a student who needs a rugged, versatile typing machine, it's a powerhouse. Would you choose protection and extra angles over the slimness of the Magic Keyboard? Let me know. 7. MOFT Dynamic Folio Tablet Stand. Number 7 brings us the MOFT Dynamic Folio, which is basically origami for your iPad. This thing is wild. It offers over 20 different viewing angles, including a floating mode that lifts your iPad 2 inches off the desk to save your neck from strain. It's made from premium Movaz vegan leather that feels incredible and is super durable against scratches. One of the coolest comparison points here is that unlike the Pitaka Mag Easy Folio, the MOFT actually lets you magnetically dock your phone right next to your iPad for a dual-screen multitasking setup. It's perfect for digital nomads who need a minimal, aesthetic stand that can switch from portrait reading to a raised theater mode in seconds. There is a bit of a learning curve to figure out all the folds, and like most folios, it doesn't protect the edges of the iPad from drops. But if you're all about ergonomics and looking cool at a coffee shop, this is the one. Do you think the floating screen is a gimmick or a must-have for your neck? Tell me what you think. 6. TomToc 360 Degrees Protective Tablet Sleeve. At number 6, we have the TomToc 360 Degrees Protective Tablet Sleeve. And if you've ever dropped your bag and felt your heart stop, you need this. This sleeve features patented corner armor technology, which basically acts like an airbag for your iPad's corners. It's specifically sized to fit your iPad Air M4, even if you have a Magic Keyboard or a bulky case attached. Compared to cheaper neoprene sleeves like the ones from Lacto, the TomToc offers significantly more structural protection and uses high-end YKK zippers that won't snag or break. The inside is lined with a super soft fleece to prevent scratches, and there's a big front pocket for your chargers and cables. It's water-resistant and made from recycled fabrics, which is a nice eco-friendly bonus. It is a bit bulkier than a standard sleeve, but that's the price you pay for military-grade protection. For commuters who throw their tech into a crowded backpack, this is the ultimate peace of mind. Are you a sleeve person or a just throw it in the bag person? Let's hear it in the comments. 5. ESR 2-pack Tempered Glass Screen Protector. Halfway there at number 5 with the ESR Tempered Glass Screen Protector. This is the most important invisible accessory you can buy. The highlight here is the Ultra Fit Tray. It's an alignment tool that makes it literally impossible to mess up the installation. You just drop it on and you get a bubble-free, perfectly centered shield in seconds. This glass is rated 9H for hardness, meaning it can take a serious beating from keys or drops that would otherwise shatter your screen. Comparing it to the Amfilm brand, ESR's oleophobic coating is slightly better at repelling those annoying fingerprints and face oils. It's only 0.33 millimeters thick, so your Apple Pencil Pro will still feel perfectly responsive with zero lag. It doesn't have the matte paper feel for artists, but for pure protection and HD clarity, it's the gold standard. Plus, you get 2 in a pack, so you have a backup ready to go. Have you ever successfully installed a screen protector without a single bubble? I want to know your secrets. 4. Fintie Hybrid Slim Case. At number 4 is the Fintie Hybrid Slim Case, and this is for the people who want to show off that beautiful M4 color while keeping it safe. It features a crystal clear, anti-yellowing back shell combined with a soft, shock-absorbent bumper in colors like lilac purple. What's great about this compared to the ESR Rebound is that the back shell stays on your iPad even when you open the cover, providing constant edge protection. It has a built-in slot for your Apple Pencil Pro that keeps it secure and charging so you don't lose it in your bag. It's a simple trifold design that gives you 2 viewing angles, one for typing and one for watching videos. While it's not as modular as the 360-degree rotating cases, it's much slimmer and lighter, making it perfect for students who are carrying their iPad all day. It's an incredible value for the price, looking way more expensive than it actually is. Do you prefer a clear case to show off your tech, or do you like a solid color? Let me know. 3. Uminy 360-degree Rotatable Keyboard Case. Coming in at number 3 is the Uminy 360-degree Rotatable Keyboard Case, and this is a versatility beast. It features a unique hinge that lets you rotate your iPad 360 degrees and even adjust the height, which is something even the Apple Magic Keyboard can't do. You can flip it into portrait mode for reading, tent mode for movies, or traditional laptop mode for typing. The keyboard is magnetically detachable, so you can leave it behind if you just want to use the iPad as a tablet in its protective silicone shell. When compared to the ESR Rebound 360, the Uminy has a more robust, liftable hinge that gets the screen even closer to eye level. It's backlit with 7 colors and has a full row of shortcut keys to make your life easier. It is a bit heavy, nearly 2 pounds, but for a mobile office setup that does everything, it's hard to beat. Would you use an iPad in portrait mode with a keyboard? I think it's a game changer for coding or writing. 2. TORRAS Ostand K1 Guardian. Our runner-up at number 2 is the TORRAS Ostand K1 Guardian, and this is probably the sleekest, most high-tech stand case I've ever seen. It uses aviation-grade aluminum kickstands hidden in a slim, matte back that are tested to last for 30,000 folds. It offers a low-angle mode for drawing and a rock-solid landscape mode that won't wobble when you tap the screen. Comparing this to the ESR Shift, the TORRAS is much slimmer and feels more premium in the hand, though it doesn't have a front cover to protect the screen in your bag. It uses military-grade X-Shock technology to protect against big drops, and the matte finish is totally fingerprint-resistant. This is the ultimate case for artists or pros who want a built-in stand that actually works without the bulk of a folio. It's a bit pricey, but the quality of those metal hinges is insane. Do you trust a case without a front cover, or is that a deal breaker for you? Let's discuss. 1. ESR Rebound 360 Keyboard Case. Finally, at number 1, we have the ESR Rebound 360 Keyboard Case, the ultimate all-in-one accessory for the 13-inch iPad Air M4. This thing does it all. It has a floating cantilever stand, a 360-degree magnetic attachment for portrait or landscape use, and a separate inner case that protects your iPad even when you detach it from the keyboard. Compared to the $350 Apple Magic Keyboard, this offers way more protection and flexibility for less than half the price. The trackpad is huge and responsive, and the keys feel amazing to type on. While it makes the iPad feel as heavy as a MacBook, the ability to flip your screen vertically for reading while still having a keyboard ready is a total productivity hack. It's built like a tank and looks incredibly professional. This is the accessory that truly turns your iPad Air into a professional-grade workstation. All the links are in the description. That wraps up our top 13 accessories for the iPad Air M4. Which of these are you adding to your cart first? I'm honestly leaning towards that ESR Rebound 360. The portrait mode is just too good. Let me know your favorites in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the best tech of 2026. All the links are in the description for you to check out these products yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All the links are in the description.